I'm going to show you how to take apart a Sturmey Archer. This is my second video. Now, how do I define which side is which? This is to me the left side of the bike, and this is the right hand side of the bike. The right hand side always has the sprocket and the gear shifter, and it's all working, but I'm taking it apart to show you how to clean them and reassemble them. Okay, so this is, I think, by the A60, a 1960 Sturmey Archer 3-speed. So, you know, the spokes and wheel come out here, but this is just the hub and the unit. It's exactly the same as having the full wheel here. This is just easier for me. Alright, so let's get started in disassembling this unit. So first off, we'll just take this gear shifter and unscrew it, and it comes out just like that, right? And that's that done. Put that up here. You can see the lineup. Now I'm going to line the nuts and I'm going to unscrew this, the gear shifter holder part. Now line this up on the right hand side here, see? So that's first up. And we have a little angle lock nut, that's second up. Do it really nicely. So we can put it back together. And then we just have a straight washer that's quite sticky but works. And that's next up. Now we have a lock nut. Need a wrench for this one. Oh, it's pretty tight. It's coming. Most likely needs a little WD-40, right? And quicker to get everything apart, I think. There we go. So I'm going to take this nut off. A couple of minutes. So there we go. We got the next nut off. Goes down in the row here. So we have everything in the shaft. That's the shaft part, right? Now we got to get this little, it's a little bit moving on this. This is kind of like a lock washer for your bearings. And as you can see, it has two tabs that come down and lock this bolt in place so that it can't unloosen itself. And there's two flats on the drive shaft. So there we go. That's the next thing. See how easy it can be to put together. And then we come along here and we're going to just take this off right now. Well, actually, we'll take off the clip here first. These famous spring clips. I don't know if you can see that. I'm coming. I'll turn this around this way. I'm coming in here on the side and trying to get this open, this clip out. There it is, see it? Now, once it comes up over the edge, like that, you have it. Because you just go up underneath now, put your hand on top so it doesn't fly away, and there it goes, it springs. Now this is the, oops, sorry again, this is the inner hub. Now, this is the outer area. I'm not going to put that with the shaft, I'm going to put that here, because it makes common sense. And now we got a washer. Washer, next. See how nice and line? And I don't know whether this, oh, there we go. Sprocket comes off in line. And as you can see, how easy it is going to be to put this together once we're done. Now we've got this right down to the bearing. So that's pretty good. This is already loose. I'm going to unscrew the, this square bolt off the shaft. Remember, that was with this lock washer here. And I'm sure the bearings are going to show any minute. And of course we'll have to do the other side. Now this has a spring underneath it for the gear shifter. And it should have a little cap. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'll just try to make it, there you go, it's off. Now as you can see, that's got that edge for the ball bearings. It's in pretty good shape. The bearings look in good shape. And so I'm going to lay this down where it locks by the lock washer. And here we got the spring, which is for the gear shifter below. Pressing it down and helping it go up and down. Now see, we can lift this ball bearing out, and there you have the inner bearing, which looks really clean. I'm going to put this back and show you another shot of that. Or angle it like this. So I'm going to lift this out, and there you can see inside this ball bearing, and it runs on this piece here to create a flow. And that's one of the gear actually shifters. So there you go. Now we don't take these bearings out, and we're not going to take these bearings out. You put something and just try to jimmy these out lightly, but they're not pitted. There's nothing wrong with these bearings. Why take them out? So what we're going to do is we're going to put this down here beside the sprocket. See what we got left. Oh, it's nearly all coming out now. So I've dropped it from the shaft, holding the shaft, down to holding the other side of the outside hub. I want to see if this ring cracks, because this ring is holding all this in here at the moment. Now I'd use like this. It's the only thing, I don't really have the tools, so it's always a little dicey. It doesn't really want to do it. So what I'm going to do is take this out of the vise here. Now there's a little, on this shaft there's going to be this washer, and there's this collar that holds the pin for the gear shifter in place. So we're going to take that out. So they're on the right hand side, and they're down here by the spring, see? There we go. And now with a bit of real sheer force, hammering really hard. Hang on, I'll go this way so you can see it. There we go. Can you see that? There we go. I've opened this ring up. I didn't really have a wrench that fitted the other side, so we're going to unscrew this now, which is on the gear side as well. There we go. It's down here. And now we have the internal unit of the gear shifter. The other side seems to be locked quite hard on. This side here, which is unusual. I usually take this side out. Oh, I better put that up there so you can see it. Now I'm going to take out the pawls, and inside here is the planetary gears go. So this goes here. Now if we don't run out of room, I don't think we will. I'll stack those two there like that for a minute and pull them in so we get a bit more room. There we go. And now, see, the shaft doesn't come out because the shaft goes from the other side, so we still have that issue. So I'm going to take the pin out of this gear shifter, this 4-pronged shifter here. This is actually the gear shifter unit where the wire comes down, and this is where the little thread goes in, so put that there. And now this gear shifter, and there's a cone on this usually, there we go. There's a collar on this. This will help you put it back together. I usually leave that together. Now the collar's off. Let's see if this shaft comes out. Now the shaft is going to stay in at the moment. And now we have the planetary, whoops. And you know, if you tip up, the planetary gears come out. Now I'm going to leave that all intact at the moment. And all I have left is this gear shaft in here with the bearings. And you know, this is the part I need to get undone. So because this is jammed, I can't get it off. I'm just going to take the left side off the shaft. Right? And I'm going to stack those up here. Put this down here. I'm going to stack those up here on the edge, going the other way in sequence. So that was the nut. This is the washer. And there's a lock nut here we're going to get rid of. And actually the shaft will come out without taking that half apart, so we hope. Ooh, that's tight. There she goes. I should have it on the shaft actually. 1 second. Protect your shaft. Put 2 little pieces of wood in here sometimes, or something if you don't have a vice protector, so you don't damage your threads here, right? The last thing you want to do is damage your threads. There we go. And the shaft is locked in now. It'll be a bit easier for me to remove this. This is holding the bearing in again. Little stiff. There she goes. I'm gonna, I'll let you see it. I'm gonna do the same thing, bit of WD in here. That loosens everything out quite quick. Comes. Little sticky with grit. Goes here. Next in line. Then the washer. There's no certain, whoop, I dropped it. Have a look at your washer, make sure they don't go a certain way. There's a wash, some of them have grips. And here is your square again for holding your bearing. The non-gear shifter side, the left side. Now the WD is 40 and the thread has loosened it out, so everything goes easier. It all needs a little bit of cleaning. There we go. Now you can see inside here, I can take this off the shaft now. You can see inside here the bearing. And then the other side is open because we unscredded this. This unthreads in here. And see there's ratchets there for the bicycle. This unthreads, but it's stuck at the moment. So I'm just going to leave it and clean it because there is no need to take that out at this stage. Right? So there we go, that's off. I cleaned the bearings a bit. And then there's the shaft, which I need just to wipe down. Right? It's a bit dirty. But in general, everything on this hub is working very well. So we've completed really, more or less, disassembling the unit. I'm going to put this down. And what I'm going to actually do is take my hub and put it in the right way around in the shaft the way it was, just for the time being. So I know where it was, and we'll just put that so you can see it at the moment there. Can you see that? There. Put it up here. Right. Oops. So you have to put it out of the way a little. Put it there. Right on the corner. Set a shaft just in, just for, you know, for my own sake. Now, let's do the next thing.